Hey, what's up, family? Welcome, and thanks for spending some time with me today. So, I wanted to talk a little bit, just briefly, about grief and loss. So, y'all pray for me. I lost my aunt yesterday, and my heart is like just broken. My whole family. So, please keep us in your prayers. But I do want to talk about grief and loss because it's something that so many of us are experiencing more and more these days. And a good friend of mine that I was talking to reminded me of just the different stages of grief and how we go in and out of it. So, first, I want to start off by reading a few scriptures on grief and loss and looking at what the Bible says about it. So, I'm going to be looking off to my notes here. So, if you write down Matthew 5:4, it says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." There's nothing wrong with being sad. There's nothing wrong with crying. Um, God will comfort you throughout that grief. Revelation 21:4, it says, "He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain, for the former things have passed away." Psalm 147:3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." First Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you." Two more. So we got Psalm 34:18. "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." And the last one, which is my favorite, Matthew 11:28-30. "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." All right, so please refer to those Bible scriptures just to give you comfort and just to help you get through the grief that you're going through, that you may be experiencing, or to help someone else, navigate theirs. So the 5 stages of grief, and you can look these up. So we have, and I hope I can remember all 5. I know we have like anger, bargaining, denial, acceptance, and there's one more. There's one more. There's 5. So, anyways, you can go in and out. Oh, shock. So you can go in and out of all these stages. And the stages of grief are not linear. So it doesn't mean that just because you're in anger, you're going to go right to bargaining or whatever follows that stage. You can go in and out of those. So I was talking to someone this morning, I think it was either my sister or my mom, and I mentioned that if you're feeling good, allow yourself to feel good that day. If you're feeling bad, allow yourself to feel bad. Like, honor your emotions, honor your feelings, and what your body is telling you that it needs to go throughout that day. Of course, try not to be down too long. Try to lift your spirits up as much as you possibly can. But again, if you're like, I just need to go home and lay down, or like take a nap or sleep or just be to myself, take that time. That's actually how we heal. So that's really, really important. So just know you're going to go in and out of those stages. One day you might feel like, I've accepted this. This person has gone on to be with the Lord. It's a part of life. And another day you might be totally in denial and just upset and in a state of shock. So when you're experiencing a lot of grief and loss, which my family has, I know many of you have experienced, because I hear it a lot back to back. Like, I have a coworker who had 3 losses, I think she said, that were close to her in a 6-month time frame. So that's a lot for the body to process. That's a lot for the mind to process. And many of you know I lost my sister in July, and then I lost my aunt last year, and I just lost another aunt last night. So that's 3 losses in the matter of a year. And anytime the brain experiences trauma, so when you lose someone close to you and they've been sick, you going back and forth to the hospital, all this stuff, that's traumatic, believe it or not. And anytime you experience trauma, the brain has to adapt. It has to change or rewire in some type of way in order to survive it, which is why grieving, that's why it's so important for us to reach out and get help throughout our grieving process. So let me just end with this. Give yourself a break. Give yourself grace. Whatever you are going through, your body is working hard to help make sure that you survive it. That's what the brain's job is to do. And sometimes we get overworked. That brain gets overworked and overwhelmed. We need resources, we need supports, we need strategies. So please, please, please. And I know this is something that I see a lot in my family, is that we just don't reach out for things like counseling, grief counseling. So please see a therapist, see a counselor, get into a grief group. There are actually lots of online grief groups. And if I get a moment, I will respond in the comments and just add some links, like if you're here in Las Vegas. But reach out to churches. There are a lot of online grief groups if you don't want to leave the house. And there are some that are still meeting in person, which I typically prefer. So I'm starting counseling this week. Matter of fact, I got an appointment with my therapist Friday, which I'm really excited about. And then I'm going to start some online grief groups. And then eventually I'd love to have a grief group in my own home. Like how people run their Bible studies, I'd love to have a support group with my friends and family. So be encouraged. The Bible says, be not dismayed. God will take care of you. He will. He absolutely will. But you need to take care of yourself. Okay, so listen to your body, eat well, exercise, get fresh air, write down a gratitude list. No matter how hard it is, I only slept 4 hours last night, and I'm about to go to work, and I got to teach a class tonight, and I got kids, and I got all this other stuff, right? But take care of yourself. Take care of your needs. Do the absolute best that you can every single day. But like I said, look up the 5 stages of grief. Check out a book. Read a book. Buy an audio book. Connect with a therapist. Talk to someone. If you don't want to get into therapy, find someone that you trust, that you can talk to, that you can help get support from through this process. All right? I'm sending you lots of light and love. And just know, grieving never ends. Where there is, I think it was Mother Teresa who said, where there is deep sadness and deep pain, there is also deep love. And that love does not go away. Grief does not go away. We just learn how to live with it. We just grieve differently. But when you love somebody, they're right there in your heart, and they are there forever. And they should be. They absolutely should be. All right. But just know, they're absent from the body, but they're present with the Lord. And their energy, their spirit is still here with you. So you keep talking to them throughout the day. You tell them good morning, good night. Leave them a little piece of food out, cracker out. If you into the, into that, leave them something to eat, something to drink, symbolically, right? But still honor them. Honor them. That may be something that helps you heal. So again, I'm sending you lots of light, love. You be encouraged, be motivated. All right, don't give up. You're going to get through this, but do not be afraid to ask for help. God bless.